And one thing I will say is our major league demographic, I think our worst guy's like 95 on his arm score off the top of my head. So big leaguers have really strong arms. And that's where, you want to talk about the day. What comes first, the chicken or the egg, in a sense? It's like, well,
Mm-hmm.
are big leaguers better because they have stronger arms? And this is our healthy demographic that we're speaking about. So that's where arm score came from, was measuring these force outputs in each one of those measurements. And the higher arm scores generally were the guys who are always going to be healthy. They're also the guys who generally bounce back a lot quicker. And
Mm-hmm.
we'll get into that a little bit too, I'm sure. But that's where we started pulling that arm score from. And then SVR was one that we started digging into when me and Ryan were running weighted ball programs. And whether people love weighted balls, hate weighted balls, I think weighted balls are, number one, the best thing that's ever happened to the game of baseball, and number two, the worst thing that's ever happened to the game of baseball. If you do them at the right time, they're fantastic. And what we found was the guys who were doing the weighted balls with a bad SVR were either getting hurt or getting worse. The guys who were doing weighted balls, regardless of where they were at with a good SVR, were gaining and sustaining velocity. So as we narrowed down our process of picking off that key metric, we really got guys improving rapidly on that. And then obviously the fatigue metric, and that's kind of where we pulled a lot of those key metrics from, was our information of pulling that from that pro database, and now we're mirroring that with our collegiate and our high school, and it actually holds up even more with those younger levels because strength is just so important to keep that arm healthy. I know I got a little off topic there, but one of the reasons I think we see that as such a big factor, and this will lead into, I'm sure, your question on the debate, but we had Hurston Waldrop on our podcast, and that guy went from Florida to AAA in the matter of about 4 months, something like that, 3.5 months.
Mm-hmm.
And in that time, you got to consider he has the University of Florida pitching coach.